First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and tell me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find, but I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys if they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Nathan back with another video presentation. Hope you're all well. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everyone got a chance to unwind. This last week of October, we're going into November, then we got December, and that's the end of 2021. Oh my gosh. Before we get into the video, there's a few things I need to say up front. So this is just the intro to episode 4. So in this episode, I'm just going to break down Monday Night Football. We got the Saints versus the Seahawks tonight. I'm also going to talk about the Washington Wizards. We play the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm going to recap the Atlanta Braves' advances to the World Series. They beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. In tonight's episode, we're going to recap a couple things. The Washington football team versus the Green Bay Packers. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 7 recap of this so far of the season. Week 7 recap. Any stuff that's happened around the NFL, injuries, different things like that. We're also going to get into the NBA. A couple things happened around the NBA. And I'm also, too, going to make an announcement regarding within the NBA. I will say that for the main episode. I'm trying to see if Nick Rosario will join me tonight to do a preview for the World Series, because the World Series actually starts tomorrow. So I'm hoping we can get him on here to do a preview for the show. And I'm also has some stuff to talk about the WNBA. The Atlanta Dream made some moves. And also talk about Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier have their podcast, and Asia said some things that I thought were interesting. Not in a bad way. But it was kind of like, okay. I was like, well, I want to talk about it. So that's going to be the main episode. If you're enjoying the content that you're seeing, you want to see more of it, consider hitting that subscribe button, along with notification bells on. I have not forgotten about I have all the episodes downloaded. I want to say as far as episode 3 of this season. I have not forgotten to put those on Spotify via Anchor. They will be on there, so please be patient with me. I do appreciate the patience, but let's get into it. So those Seattle Seahawks versus those New Orleans Saints, Monday Night Football. Couple things. I don't know what to really expect coming into this game. This is the 6th time Sean Payton and Pete Carroll will see each other. The last 3 games have been decided by 8 points or less. I don't know which Jameis Winston we're going to see tonight. You know, I will say this, when it comes to his quick passes, he's completing 83% of those. 5 touchdowns, no picks. There is improvement. You have seen it. But I've noticed the risk. He hasn't taken many risks like he did when he was in Tampa. I've noticed he's come back on that big time. So I think a lot of that is credit of coaching, and I think just it speaks to the greatness of what Sean Payton has done with him. Coming into this game, Seattle has the worst defense. They're allowing 433 yards, and they're ranked 20th in points. And another interesting statistic I found, Jameis Winston has not thrown for 300 yards, which is weird. So I kind of really want to see will they be an offensive explosion. I don't know what to expect. I mean, Alvin Kamara, Callaway, will get more touches on the ball because Taysom Hill's out with a concussion and Dante Harris is out with a hamstring. Geno Smith hasn't, prior to week 6, hadn't gotten a start since 2017. That's when he was with the Giants. And his last win was with the Jets. That was in 2016. So, even though they lost to Pittsburgh in overtime, they played a great game in my personal opinion. Especially in the second half when him and Alex Collins, former running back for the Baltimore Ravens, they took over in that game. If he doesn't fumble the ball, it's a different injury. I know Alex Collins is dealing with a groin injury, so you probably won't see him touch the ball as much. Another thing I'm looking into is the matchup. Obviously, I'm looking for DK Metcalf versus Marshawn Lattimore. That should be interesting. And also, too, the Seattle Seahawks, they're coming in this game with injuries. Granted, they have been consistent of winning with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, but the last time they finished last in the NFC West was 1996. And right now they haven't started 2. And fun fact, they hadn't started 2-5 since Russell Wilson was drafted. They're missing a lot of guys and injuries. So, they're going to this game. It remind me just of the Baltimore Ravens almost. So I kind of want to see what it's going to look like. So there's a couple things there. I'm looking at Seattle secondary. Can they hold up against Jameis Winston? Will Jameis Winston be reckless or non-reckless with the ball? New Orleans running defense is actually pretty good. I think they're second, if I saw the statistic right. I'm kind of really curious to see how they're going to establish the run against that Saints defense. Also, too, there was another statistic I looked up, was the Saints have gotten to the opponent's red zone 14 times. 13 of those drives ended with a touchdown. Can Seattle limit them to a red zone? Can they limit it to field goals? That'll be that's be something we'll have to see. Another thing also too, I'm looking at the offensive line for Seattle. Can they give him Geno Smith protection? Yes. In my notes here, I had to look back. He 10 of 17 for 131 yards. We'll see how that looks. But I think it comes down to those things, and also to who makes less of mistakes. The less mistakes, I think you'll find they'll win this game. But I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm gonna look along the lines of 2017 2017 Saints. Guaranteed. The Washington Wizards. We played those Brooklyn Nets. It's a road game. Brooklyn's 1-1. Obviously we all know that Brooklyn's led by Kevin Durant and James Harden. We're coming off a big win Friday night against Indiana. Bradley Beal, who was out with hip contusion. Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma had 34 and 26 points, respectively. Raul Neto also played a big role in that as well. If I'm Washington, I'm coming out the gate ready. I really am. So far, the pieces we got for Westbrook, they've looked really good. Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kuzma, as I already said. A lot of people were like, well, Westbrook's gone, team's not the same. And, defensively, we still got some things to work on, for sure. But I'm kind of curious to see how we're going to go up against a team that's coming off a back-to-back night. So Brooklyn's not really the same team right now. They're not what I thought they would be, particularly the role players. But I'm going to keep my eye on really a couple guys, and it may throw you off. Is LaMarcus Aldridge and Patty Mills. Um, I believe I looked at statistic up. Patty Mills is averaging 16 points per game and is shooting 68% from the field. LaMarcus is averaging 12 and is shooting 71% from the field so far. So it should be an interesting game. Kevin Durant in his last game that was against the Bucks. He had 38, 5, and 3 assists and shot 71% from the field. That was a statistic I wanted to bring up. And he played the Hornets. He had 38 points too. So I'm sorry, that was against the Hornets. I'm sorry, not the Bucks. I apologize. I kind of want to see what Bradley Beal looks like coming off this contusion injury. Shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to say Washington Wizards 91, Brooklyn Nets 85.
Guaranteed.
We're going to transition into baseball. Hold on. The Atlanta Braves, they advanced since 1999. They are going to the World Series.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Well deserved. Say what you want. I remember 2005. I think that's when he had Andrew Jones, Chipper. That's when that team was kind of already broken up. I mean, I think Maddox had left, Glavine had left. Who were they playing? They were playing the Houston Astros. And I think it was, who was it? Lance Berkman. And it was in the, he had a grand slam. And they lost. I want to say it was a grand slam. I think it was like in the bottom of I think that game went to 18 innings. And they had a rookie who, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. I see his face come from MVP Baseball. It was a video game. Joey something. He just I think he was a rookie. I was like, oh wow, they have him out there. I remember that as a kid. And Chris Burke. Was it Chris Burke? Yeah, that was Chris Burke. Hit the game winning hit the game winning home run off of him, and that was it. I remember the September 11th collapse. I think they were trying that whole week going into the playoffs was crazy. The Orioles dethroned Boston from the playoffs because that team, with everybody said on paper, that's a World Series team. Adrian Gonzalez, Carl Crawford, the Cardinals trying to get into the playoffs. The Braves, they had, I think they still had Chipper, Freddie, Dan Ugla, Brian McCann. He had a couple other pieces, but they had a 3-game lead over St. Louis. And then the last game of the season, that was it. St. Louis went to the playoffs. What else happened? Chipper retired the next year. They played the Cardinals. It was that was the year when they instituted the wild card game. The score was 6-3. 8th inning. It was a guy on first and second. Oh, who was at the plate? He was just with the Angels last year. Oh, what's his name? Simmons. Adam Simmons. He hit a fly ball. And I'm thinking, okay, is that an infield fly? Okay, he's out. But for some odd reason, nobody called it. And yeah, that was it. That was the game. And then yeah. They called him out. And that was it. last, 2019. I don't even think they made it. They won 97 games and they won the NL East, and then they lost to the Cardinals. They scored 10 runs in that first inning.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
That was embarrassing. And that's when they scored. I'm telling you, when they scored those 10 runs in the first inning, I said, yeah, it's over. They're done. And then last year they blew a 3-1 lead to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
But what was funny, the exact same sequence. Last year, they won game 1, 2, and 4. And then Los Angeles proceeds to win 3, 5, 6, and 7. But that didn't happen. Because why? Eddie Rosario, that 3-run home run. And also I got to give Atlanta, I got to shout out to Atlanta's bullpen, particularly Tyler Mazik. Stepped up when they needed, particularly with Ozzie Albies. He had a 2-out double. Then it was Austin Riley who had a ground rule double, make it 1-0. And then Cody tied it in the fourth with an RBI single. And then, yeah, it was crazy. I'm sitting here going like, please, Atlanta, please win. Please win. And then in the top of the 7th, they scored. It was an RBI double by A.J. Pollock. Los Angeles make it 4-2. But, the bullpen did its job. And they're going to the World Series. So it's going to be the Atlanta Braves versus the Houston Astros, which means it's full circle for Dusty Baker because Dusty Baker debuted for the Atlanta Braves. What was it, like 1960-something? I can't remember, but I know he debuted for the Braves in the 60s. So it all comes in full circle for Dusty Baker. Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves, well-deserved. Congratulations also to for a guy like Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, in my personal opinion, has been the face of this franchise, for the last few years. I felt like when Chipper retired, I felt like it's always been after Chipper, it's Freddie's team. I was also even saying Brian McCann's team as well, but Brian left to go. I think he went to play for the Yankees after that. So, also too, I thought it was just kind of weird that the governor of Georgia kind of took a shot by saying Stacey Abrams in Major League Baseball, they took the All-Star game away. And this obviously, look, to take a jab and not even take a moment to say, congratulations, Atlanta Braves. Can't wait, wish you the best of luck. You kind of take a shot. And it's deeper than that. We all know, and we did a whole video on that. I'm not going to get all into that. But for him to kind of ruin the moment by taking a shot and kind of reminding folks, well, yeah, they took the All-Star game away from us because of, X, Y, and Z. And there's still things as a society that we're trying to fix. But congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. I can't wait. I'm hoping to have Nick Rosario on here tonight. That's the goal. So crossing fingers for sure. So that is the intro episode for episode 4. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Want to see more like this? Let me know in the comments below. I hope each and every one of you enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I will see y'all tonight. Stay up, y'all. Peace.
First of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.